Seems like it's happening every week. The Patriots facing a young, up-and-coming quarterback in the NFL. This week, it's Chicago Bears signal caller Mitchell Trubisky. I'm Alex Barth. He's Evan Lazar from Gillette Stadium. And Evan, Trubisky, former second overall pick in the draft.
Yeah.
There were a lot of questions about him, though, when he came into the league. Made just 13 starts in college. That's not a large sample size. So before we get to what he's doing now, what did the Bears see when they invested so much in this guy who really didn't play much in college?
Well, if you think about it, too, they passed on Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes to draft Mitchell Trubisky. Which
Two guys who the Patriots have beat this year, by the way. Just
fair
saying.
Point. But at the time, everybody was pretty surprised that they did that. And it's still kind of surprising 2 years later that, you know, that was still the case. I think that if the Bears had a do-over, they would never admit to it. But I think that a lot of people would want Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes over Mitchell Trubisky right now. So I think when they had him coming out, a couple of things that you saw with him, he has the mold of a starting quarterback in this league, right? You know, he's 6'4", 6'5", extremely athletic quarterback, can get outside the pocket, make plays with his legs, and he also has a pretty good arm. He's got great arm talent. He can throw the deep ball. All the Patriots coaches kind of, giving him credit for that. Brian Flores specifically said the first thing that you notice, he throws a great deep ball. So I think that those are kind of the things that you saw. He has the ability to hit tight windows, and he has the ability to throw the ball as far as he wants. And he has some athleticism to him. But I think that overall, number 2 overall was a little bit high for Trubisky, and I think that everybody knew it at the time.
And it seemed like in year 2 he'd made the jump. He had the big numbers earlier in the season where he had the 6-touchdown game, earlier. He's sort of come back down to earth. What are you seeing from Trubisky that maybe is encouraging that he actually is growing and he maybe is the threat the Patriots make him out to be?
Well, actually, I think that it's not him necessarily. I think it's the things around him that has made him kind of elevate his play. He's kind of been rough this season. Outside of that Tampa Bay game, which is against the worst defense in the league, he's kind of had a rough year, and his ball placement downfield is very sporadic. His decision-making is very sporadic. Last week, he threw a ball across his body that he got lucky that it wasn't picked off, but it really wasn't a great decision. And there's kind of plays like that all over his film, and I think that the main thing is that Matt Nagy, who is a great offensive coordinator, a great schemer, does a great job of getting those skill players in positions to succeed, and also the additions of Trey Burton and Taylor Gabriel were just perfect fits in this Nagy offense. Trey Burton has the Travis Kelce role, and Taylor Gabriel in the Tyreek Hill role, and then obviously they have Tariq Cohen, the other guy I was trying to mention there, who is just an absolute dynamite player, electrifying running back out of the backfield. So I think that all those guys have kind of added up. Allen Robinson, too. Don't want to forget him. Those are some key free agent additions that they made in the offseason to bolster this offense. They kind of won the offseason, the Chicago Bears, especially when you add in the Khalil Mack trade in September.
A lot of fans, especially around these parts, haven't gotten to see a lot of Trubisky in the NFC, not a team that's been good in a couple years. Give me an NFL comparison.
Ryan Tannehill.
Okay.
I made this comparison to you the other day, and I really feel like he's the type of quarterback that is very dangerous with his legs, has a very pretty deep ball. When he gets guys open downfield, he can really throw the ball deep, and also makes some decisions and kind of doesn't have a good job of getting off his first read and reading a full field progression, decisions that you wouldn't want to see. And I think that it's a similar game plan this week for the Patriots and how to slow down Trubisky. Similar to Ryan Tannehill, they knew that if they could get pressure on Tannehill that he would kind of fold, right? And that's what we saw here a few weeks ago. So I think that the same game plan stands this week. Those skill players are dangerous, just like Miami's skill players, very dangerous. They can get into space and make a lot of really big plays after the catch. I think the key here for the Patriots is going to be get some pressure on Trubisky and kind of slow his process down a little bit.
Well, there you go. We saw what the Patriots defense did to Tannehill a couple weeks ago. They'll try to do the same thing to Mitchell Trubisky again on Sunday.